painting a portrait and a bird, or I am doing this. We're drawing the Laysan Millerbird, and that's the bird right there that I have in front of me. I'm just adjusting my camera, making sure everything is in view, and seeing who is on live this morning. And I'm just painting with, I'm going to just turn my volume down here. I'm painting with gouache, and I have already started because I knew that I wasn't going to get it finished, so I did a quick sketch and blocked her in. Hi Janan, how are you? All right. So let's get started. I need to, this is the girl, and of course I don't have the name of her. She's on Museum by Sketchy, and it's just a really great profile image. So I'm just going to block in some more colors and then get started on the background, make it nice and light and airy for today. If you're here, say hi. I know that Janan is here. Thanks for joining. We're halfway through Birds in December, and if you are still with me doing Birds in December, I know that there are a few people who are still keeping up and doing the prompts. Julie, I know, is one of them. C, I think, has been doing the birds every day. Meryl is. And then there's a whole bunch of people. Pam and who else online? Sophie. There's a lot of people who are still doing it, so well done. We have 15 more days to go. I am going to try this weekend to double up on my birds and get ahead, so that over the Christmas period, like next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, I will be taking a 4-day break, and it's going to be busy because we'll have family coming for dinner, etc. So it's important to take that little break. Hi Elvira, hello Louise. December is going very fast, you're right. And Janan says, I'm going to try and catch up today. Well done. I know you can do it. Give me a thumbs up if you're here. I think the last time I finished the live stream, and I'm like, there were no thumbs up, and I just need, it's really for views, and not necessarily for like likes and stuff like that, but it's really so that people see the lives, because if not, people don't see the lives. And the whole reason for coming over here was to not have that backlash of Instagram, and it's nice to know that you guys are here as well. So if you are here, give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because this way you can get notifications on when I am live. I did get a head start today. Louisa, hi Louisa, and hi Tash. I really do appreciate you all turning up. It's a good thing. Okay, this shirt, I think, excuse me, I think I'm going to keep the shirt a blue and white stripe, but I do have to look at shadows, so I'm just going to, I have my palette from yesterday, and it's a little bit dark, so I'm going to put some shadows on in like a bluey gray color, and some lighter whites, because there are white areas, but not all of them are very, very bright. So if I put them in shadow, And I think that'll work. And then I can put the stripes over the top. Louise says, I've just finished the collage replay. Had so much fun. I'm tempted to do the next year's prompts in collage. Well, don't commit to a whole year of collage because, you know, you may not, you may get tired of it. I think, but yeah, I thought it was a lovely workshop. I went away nice and refreshed, feeling that I want to simplify everything. Of course, it doesn't happen, but it is a nice way to look at working and just going back to very basics. I liked it. It also means that you use up things in your studio or in your workspace that you may have forgotten about. Okay, I wanted a very light face today, not necessarily needing to be such a pale skin, but more because Shannon's was so dark, so I wanted something to be quite light. Louise says, good point, I'm very changeable. Here's the little bird that we've got. The bird is called a Laysan Millerbird, and it is quite a simple little guy. I'm actually enjoying doing those little ones. You know I like painting little birds, so we've had quite a few big birds this month so far. I guess it seems like those prehistoric birds are becoming extinct and endangered. And these little birds, but this one is endangered. Is everybody painting this morning? Or are you just grabbing your coffee? Do you have plans for this weekend? It's Friday already and I'm not painting upside down. I've kind of come to the realization that a bird in a portrait upside down is probably not the best thing. Mind you, tomorrow, if you're joining the workshop with Beth and myself, we're doing complex scenes, and there will be a couple of upside down images that we were working from. So hopefully you can join. That is at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm excited about it. I was looking through some images and just feeling like that is a lot of my go-to is to approach an image like that, so you get some insights on how I approach images. Or a lot of you know how I work, but yeah. Alright, I'm just filling in all the blanks because this way I know where everything is. She has like a light green eye. And then the white of her eye really isn't very white. So I'm going to get that painted in as well. Has anybody used the Dorland's wax over gouache? I was going to ask you the other day and I forgot. I still haven't gotten any Dorland's wax. I've got to put that on my wish list for Christmas. But has anybody used it for over gouache. Anyone? C says coffee first. I even tried to organize my birds post. Ooh, I haven't looked. And C says it's on my list to get. Yeah, let me know if you have used it on top of gouache. It's that wax, it's the Dorland's wax is the wax that you can put over watercolors, and it makes it, it seals it. It's like a varnish for watercolors, but I'm assuming you can use it over gouache as well, but I don't know if there's anyone here who has used it or has used it over watercolors. So I'm thinking you can probably use it. See, that white on her eye is way too dark. This is what happens with gouache. It dries very differently to how you imagine. Like this orange that I'm putting on now is probably going to dry a lot darker as well. I can lighten it slightly. It still needs to be blue though. Ah, Sarah says yes, it works. Okay, thanks, Sarah. I figured, Sarah, if you were here, you would definitely speak up, because I know that you've used it. Look how dark that dried. Isn't that crazy? Definitely a lot darker than what it looks like on my palette. So now I have to adjust. Ooh. I do have to put a pattern on. Again, I want to try and keep it quite light and airy. Ooh, this would be a nice color actually for the background, so I think I'm going to use it for the background right now. Just get some color on there. Louise says, I have Zest, it cold wax I use to stop acrylic paint sticking. Oh, Zest it cold wax? I didn't know you could use on gouache. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's like the Dorland's wax. It's more for, I guess, water-soluble products, is it? Okay, that white of her eye is annoying me, so I really do need to fix that. I'm going to do that now. I think it's still dark, too dark. Even that pink that I just put on. I am struggling with the lighter palette and put too much water on there. Oops. Today is just one of those days. I feel like I've gotten to Friday and I still have so much to do. Just things like planning for next, like for the calendar, which I'm behind on, and thinking about Christmas, that, and what else? My classes I have to post. I have pet portraits that I have to paint. I did finish 2 yesterday. And my goodness. Yeah, like, and it's all, you know, not crazy life or death things that I have to do, but just like my brain is ticking on what I need to sit down and prioritize, I think. I know this isn't white, but it is light, so I'm going to get that on. And this is why I shouldn't have just painted the whole area in the pink earlier, and I should have, if anything, left the lighter areas completely white, just to help me out with the tone. It'll come together, just struggles. Have I finished Christmas shopping for my family? Not really. My daughter has done a lot of it for me, because, you know, she knows what she wants and she also knows what her sister wants. But I would have loved to have gotten some surprises, but I feel like they haven't really gotten too many surprises. Well, my eldest daughter does, but my youngest daughter doesn't. So, and yeah, I'm a little bit behind this year. I don't know if it was because I went to England, but just a little behind. Have you guys finished your Christmas shopping? Are you all done? Do you do a lot of shopping for Christmas? And I wanted to get started on projects as well, like, get started. I think that's probably what I should be doing all year next year, is starting projects like in January for next season, seasonal projects, because I feel I leave it to the last minute. But there are certain things, so for example, if I would go home, we would always do a puzzle. And I feel like because I'm here, I'm constantly either trying to catch up with work or do work, even though I don't have any classes, I'm prepping. And whereas if I would have gone away, I would have taken that break. So, you know, there's always that. You don't get to really break and slow down. I feel I don't if I'm here. And the whole puzzle thing, we've done it a couple of years that we haven't gone back, but I miss that. I miss that time that I just slow down and say, oh, it's 5 o'clock, let's have a drink and do some puzzle, because that's what we would do in England. But maybe that's just something that I have to push to do when it's around Christmas time, and not overthink the whole needing to be ready for the new year. Louise says, I still have some shopping to do. And Sarah says, my daughter only wants money, and my husband, I don't exchange gifts. Yeah, my husband, we're not supposed to exchange gifts, but he's given me a whole bunch of stuff for himself to wrap, like to put under the tree, which is great. And apparently he's bought me stuff too, so that's, you know, like, okay, we weren't supposed to do gifts, but I think he's been working so hard that he would like to have. He loves Christmas, so that's fine. It's a nice thing to do, buy yourself gifts. And I wish I had an art store close by so that I could, if I had an art store close by, I would be buying myself gifts, I'm sure. So, but we don't, so I'm not buying myself gifts. Although my daughter did ask me if I wanted anything from the art store, and she's down where one of my favorite art stores are. And so I could get her to get some Dorland's wax, because I know that they sell it there. That would be smart, wouldn't it? Okay, do you think she's colourful enough? She's very colourful. I'm not loving her neck, so I need to change that. See, like these colors, oh my goodness, they look so light. Look how light this it looks here, and look how dark it is here. Can somebody help me out with my colors today? It's probably because my brush, I'm not washing it off all the time, and I think it's got a lot of blues on there. C says, oh, my husband bought his yesterday, a chain sharpener. He's making a children's desk and lawn ornaments. That is lovely. Oh, hi Leslie. Nice of you to join. Okay, are the thumbs up not working? I have zero, like, honestly, I'm not, like, I just want to know that you're here, because 13 of you are here, and I don't see a thumbs up. But that's okay. Maybe I'm just not there this morning for a thumbs up. Maybe it's not working. Maybe my thumbs up is not working. Heike says it's very colorful. Yes, very colorful. I count 3 thumbs up. Honestly, I see no thumbs up. That's so strange, bizarre. Maybe I need to refresh my screen. Let's have a look. Oh, now I see 9 thumbs up. Why wouldn't that do what it should be doing all the time? Yeah, okay. Oh, well, Meryl, you're here too. Nice of you to join. Did you say hi earlier? So this is where, oh, you did say good morning. Did I say good morning to you? I'm sorry. This is where, Janan, you're sweet. This is where Instagram trumps YouTube, because I can't see, like, I don't know if 13 of you are in here or, yeah. I think I definitely want to, if you're a Patreon here, I definitely want to do 2 days a week of just mornings connecting with you guys. And maybe that will replace the catch up and chat. So we have maybe Sunday completely off and Saturday will be a sketch meet. I don't know about you, but I think it's nice to meet up. You can keep your camera off, but it's lovely to have the voices, your voices, and chatting. So that is something that's going to be happening and changing in the new year. So I've decided that I want to do Monday and Friday. This way, if I'm at a dance competition, it's okay to not be there, and maybe I can assign somebody else to be co-host, and you can open up the Patreon. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking for the new year, because I do miss that interaction, and as you can hear, I get frustrated, and it's not really you guys, it's actually YouTube that is not working properly. So I'm not putting any blame on anyone other than YouTube. And I like the format of YouTube. I like this, that you can see everything, but I just don't like not being able to see who comes in, and I can, you know, actually say, oh, good morning, even if somebody hasn't said good morning. And I guess maybe it's just a comfort of what I'm used to. But I think it'll be nice to do a couple of mornings, on Zoom a week, and you'll just have a Zoom link, and I can let you in, and we can just draw together for the hour. And like I said, you don't have to turn your camera on. You can totally be incognito in your pajamas if you want to, if you're over on this side of the world. Okay, I gotta do something with the background. And this was supposed to be lighter, and it wasn't. So I'm not sure what's happening with my colors today. Maybe I'm just making everything a little bit too watery. Oh, that's true. Louisa says on Insta my words are backwards. Why is that? But that didn't it happen with Patricia that also here her words were backwards? C says my husband identifies himself as Santa. I love that. Are you Mrs. Claus then? I'm always in my mama's in the morning. Oh, in your jammers. That's okay. Like, you can come in your jammies. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get some background on here. The hair is covering that part over there. And put some leaves off the page so it looks like there's a pattern further out of the picture. And maybe one down here. Okay, the shirt. I'm going to go to the shirt. The shirt is not an easy feat. Let's make it a little bit more of a blue, warmer blue, a denim blue. Just need to add a little bit of magenta for that denim blue. Good morning, Lou. How are you? Okay, not the right colors that I've got yet for the whole neck thing, but I'm just going to go over. Sometimes I just gotta steam ahead. My colors are really off today, but that's how it's just going. It's just one of those days. And I don't think I have too many of those days, but today is definitely one of those days. Just, I don't know, I think just trying to figure stuff out in my head and get stuff done. You know, sometimes when you just don't have time to think, and you know you have to like just pause and think. It's just one of those time of the year, all that stuff. I don't know. Does anyone else get overwhelmed with Christmas? Or are you just super Christmas lovers that you are just engrossed in everything and love it, love it, love it? And it's not that I don't love it, it's just I find it a little overwhelming. Okay, this is the shirt here. Let's come down here and get some thinner stripes and a thick stripe. Louisa says yes, and I don't even do Christmas. And Sue says always, and Heike says always, and Janan says I just put up our Christmas lights. That's fine. It's, you still got, you know, 10 days till Christmas, so you know you're not behind or anything. C is laughing at Louisa, that she says she doesn't even do Christmas and she feels overwhelmed. Okay, lots of little stripes on this side. I may never go back to mixed media. I'm joking, of course I will. With the classes that are coming up in January, we're going to have to do different mediums. It'll be a good way to start the year exploring different ways of working again, using all your mediums, not just gouache like I've been doing. I don't know if it's laziness or if it's just a pure enjoyment of doing something with a medium that I really enjoy. I don't know. I have all my other tools and mediums around me, but I'm really liking the gouache. I need some yellow. Lots of water on my palette. And because she's fair-skinned, like, you have to be careful how dark your shadows get. And mine are definitely way too dark. Louise says, I still can't leave gouache without pencil and neo colors on top. Yeah, I have resisted that. You probably noticed I've been resisting putting that on top. I've been enjoying it without it, so. And I was like queen of making sure that I had something over the top. And tomorrow, if you're doing the workshop with Beth, it will be a mixed media workshop. So bring all your mediums, all your different mediums. And we do have a London meet as well for Patreons. If you haven't signed up, sign up. Patreons will get the replay. So don't worry about that. You will get the replay even if you don't sign up. We'll just have a nice relaxed drawing session together in the afternoon. That's at 3. Did I put it at 3? Or 1? I can't remember. 3 or 1. It's in the calendar, and if you've signed up, you will have got notifications as well. Okay, while we have this darker color, I can put it on her eyebrows. And then also up here where the hair folds. Put it there. And here as well. It's all about shapes, everybody. Bonjour, Alessandra. Louise says, I think I struggle to get the detail with the gouache. Are you using it quite thickly? Oh yeah, you said you like using it quite thick. If you use it quite thin, it becomes very much like a marker, I think, gouache. So especially when you're just going over everything, you can create quite thin lines and yeah. Another very colourful piece, Alexandra. I'm struggling with the skin tones a little bit, as you can see, but it'll all come together. Once I've got like all the basic colours in and everything, I can then start to just even out some of these tones. Like I don't mind this, but I need to block in. Like some of these colors got a little bit watery. This is going to be much darker than I want it, but I'm going to put it on anyway just to solidify that area. Oh, Louisa says, the more I use gouache, the more I realize I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. And then she says, suffice to say it's not pretty, but kind of entertaining. Well, yeah, I think gouache can be very entertaining. I like these kind of faces though, because you can really add a lot of color to them. Oops, way too much paint. So here's a true testament to not feeling the greatest when I joined this morning, but feeling much better that I have almost completed a portrait and having hung out with you guys. So thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for putting up with my blah mood this morning. It's we can't always, like we know, be happy. It's not like I think I'm just a little bit overwhelmed with what I have to do, and but that's what I'm signing up for, so. The neck is difficult. I find necks actually quite difficult. Leslie says, always nice to listen to you, Shar. Thank you, Leslie. Even though some mornings it's not as entertaining. But so it is. Well, I feel her skin colors are definitely coming in a little better. Make this area a little bit warmer down here. Does anyone hear my stomach? My stomach is grumbling, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. Anyone have to have breakfast as soon as they wake up? I used to be that person, but now I'm not. Now I do wait a little bit. Okay, I think I need to clean my water. Tash says it's crazy how our moods can affect our art in different ways. Yeah, maybe it's her face. Maybe if I chose someone who is a little bit more ta-da and excited. She looks a little bit moody, doesn't she? Yeah, I know. I think you're right, Tash. Yes, I will try to hold. I try to hold off, but I need something early. Okay, let me just grab some water. We still have 13 minutes, so I need clean water. All right. Could be also my palette is just so full. I noticed yesterday that I had green and blue paint all over my cuff yesterday. Okay, let's work a little bit more on getting some lighter areas on her face. I think it's actually, let's go darker first and then we'll go lighter. Sometimes getting your darks helps actually. Okay, I've got that big brush there. Where is my other one? Should be able to find these ones really easily because they all have gold ends on them. Actually, they have gold ends on them. There's only 2 brushes that have gold ends on them. And I can't find my, oh, here it is. Found it. Still seems big. Okay. Let's mix up my white. I have to go up here. And I need more yellow. Yeah, see these colors? They must have picked up some blue from my paintbrush because they definitely didn't look like that on my palette. So I'm gonna have to correct those. Sarah says, when my breakfast options are boring, I'm so tempted to have last night's dinner leftovers. Well, yeah, dinner leftovers for breakfast is perfect, the perfect idea. I do that quite often. Or I skip breakfast and just have brunch with leftovers, because that's good too, right? Last night's dinner is always best breakfast. It is if it was a good dinner. If it wasn't a good dinner, it's not a good breakfast. Okay. Let's do this. put my paint in a clean area on my palette, and we'll see if this is going to brighten those areas that I need brightening. These may be too bright, but we'll see. I can always tone them down. See, they're not too bright. They're pushing back. Even now I can see they're drying a little bit darker. Maybe on the side of my water container I'm picking up some dark paint as well, which isn't a good thing. Hang on, wasn't I supposed to go dark? I was supposed to go dark. I'm not following through with what I was going to do. Remember I said, actually, let's go dark and push those darks back? I didn't do that. That's when you know your mind is actually not following what you are ordering it to do. I like that pink on her nose, so I'm going to try and get a tiny little bit more pink there. See, because I paint faster, like the good thing to do would be to mix the paint, test to see what it looks like when it's dry, and go from there. But I don't do that. Tash says, definitely agree on the dinner. And Louisa says, I don't know, sometimes even bad dinners improve in the fridge overnight with a hearty dash of hot sauce and maybe a fried egg on top. Louise says, I have just eaten some Marks and Spencer's chocolate. It was amazing. It is lunchtime though, not chocolate for breakfast. Okay, so yeah, that's good. I mean, why not chocolate for breakfast, right? Who says you can't have chocolate for breakfast? Why does it only become a dessert thing? I think you can eat chocolate whenever you want to eat chocolate. Maybe not too much of it, but you can eat it whenever you want to eat it. Okay. I am liking her face a lot more now. I'm going to come in with a little bit of a bluey brown. It may be too dark, but I'm going to just come in with a few little dots. This is going to give the idea that there's a shadow down there. And then it's not just that, it's the shadows, for example, underneath her nose, but they need to be definitely warmer. I know you're all thinking, so much for birds in December. She hasn't even touched the poor bird, and it is 5 minutes to the time. But I've got a lot of the face done, which is a good thing, right? Okay. Let's get a darker tone. Didn't really like this line, so I'm going to have to correct that line. And there are certain areas around, for example, where her ear is and the hair that can be darker. Ah, you're sweet, Janan. Janan says, beautiful, love watching you do your magic. Praying today, bring love, joy, and peace, yes, to your heart, as you always give so freely. Thank you, Janan. But I would like to, I think also like the whole war and like that is playing a toll on a lot of us, and just not knowing what to do. And I don't know if you saw my stories, but Sarah Dyer Illustrations, she is doing a meet on Sunday. It's a fundraiser for Palestinians, I think, or it's actually for one of the charities that help in crisis, world crisis. So I think Doctors Without Borders, which I have supported in the past, and I definitely agree with what they do. But if you can't make it, you can always, I think you get the recording, but it's good to sign up to donate, to, do anything that you can. And it'll be nice for all of us to come together and draw and, push for a ceasefire and peace over there. So thank you, Janan, for your best wishes. But yeah, it's that also plays heavy on, I think, a lot of us. And knowing that we have friends over there too is even harder. And just praying for their safety. Okay, I think this is, I need to get this right. Coming down here like that, and then that means I need to put a warmer tone to her hair coming out of the neck area. Okay, I do have some white, so I could put that just directly on the page here, just to brighten these areas. I have to correct her ear, and then I have to work on this lovely little bird, which I did not work too much on. But the bird kind of comes last after you put the portrait, and that's unfortunately what happens. So I apologize for not getting much of the birds done with you guys in the mornings. Yes, I think it's going to be recorded, Jen. I think she did say that it was going to be recorded. So if you sign up, you get the recording. All right. I think I should probably head out. I got to go and get Piper and take her for a little walk. Thank you all for joining this morning. I'm sorry if it wasn't the most upbeat. Tomorrow we have 2 meets. One is a patron meet. We're heading to London, and the other one is with Beth Spencer, and I am going to show you how I approach a complex scene, which is what I don't know, when I figured out how to go about it, honestly, like, the stress of painting all the things kind of disappeared, and it was a fun challenge. So I hope that you'll join me if you haven't signed up. All you have to do is you can either become a Patreon or a Substack subscriber, and that's for less than $10 a month. So and then you get more benefits, like coming here and knowing what we're painting, and also seeing what we're doing for the year ahead, and meeting at weekends. Like, there are lots of benefits of being a Patreon. And hey, you get to hang out with all of us and our group, which I think is pretty fabulous. So if you're, oohing and ahhing, do I become, and it can go by month. So if you want to be a Patreon for 1 month and then stop being a Patreon, you can do that. You don't have to sign up for a whole year. It's not a commitment. I totally understand. Somebody asked me, what happens when people leave? I'm like, well, they leave. Like, I don't hold a chain with a ball and a lock saying you can never leave. So, join for a little bit, treat yourself. It's like a couple of coffees. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a really good day, and I will see a lot of you tomorrow. Bye.